こんにちは、ハリケーンフットボールです。今回の教材は、ブライトンの三笘薫に関する動画です。ブライトンは、プレミアリーグ第23節で、アウェーのフラム戦を戦い、2-1の逆転負けを喫しました。三笘薫は、怪我から復帰してから数試合は少しずつ出場時間を延ばしていましたが、もうすでに2試合連続でのフル出場となりました。前線の選手は、ほぼ途中交代している中で、三笘だけがフル出場し、すでに替えが利かないということを表しているようですが、もうすでに少し心配をしてしまうほどに感じます。この試合では負けはしたものの、ブライトンはチャンスを何度も作り続け、三笘が絡んだ連携プレーで前進していくことも、最後の局面に持っていくことも多く、三笘が調子が良さそうなのも分かり、ただただ見ていて楽しい試合でした。この試合後のフラムファンのリアクションは、明らかにブライトンの方が良かったし、三笘も他の選手もチャンスを作り続けていたと称賛していますが、実際にどのように話しているのかチェックしてみましょう。
It is the quick take. Fulham 2, Brighton 1. How on earth did we win that match of football? Well, I can tell you how. Samu Chukwueze's equaliser, Harry Wilson's stoppage time free kick. We had luck on our side. We definitely had a lot of fortune on our side. But most importantly, Dan Cook, we have 3 points on our side.
Yes, we do, 7th in the league. It's incredible. Oh, it really does take me back to Jack Collins on the Thursday Club saying he spoke to a Brighton mate who said, I don't think I'll ever see us win at Craven Cottage in my life. And you know what? Jack disagreed and said at some point it will happen. I don't know if it ever will. I don't know if they, just what a ridiculous voodoo we have over that club.
If you're a Brighton fan, you'd be sick. So sick. Not even just it was a stoppage time winner. I mean, we've been victims to the toenail offside. They've been victims to the toenail offside. They're not going to win that match. I don't think they'll ever win. Because they were so much better than us today. We have got out of jail.
Yeah. It was. I think after the first 20 minutes, where actually I thought Fulham were really good. It was really positive. It was okay, well, I think we're back. We've got players back. Iwobi's in that midfield. He's making things tick. This is brilliant. And then that goal comes out of largely nowhere. And then from then, the next 60 minutes was just Brighton keeping the ball off us, and we just couldn't do anything. We just relied on moments again. We just we've spoken about us as a moments team, and again, it was just we had one proper chance in that game, which is the Chukwueze one, which he buries, and then we take one that's nowhere near a chance with the Harry Wilson free kick, and we get 3 points. Yeah.
I mean, I will say, Dan, that it's so nice for us to be on the right side of this kind of a game, on the right side of playing badly but winning, and also on the right side of an incredibly tight VAR offside that is so marginal. All I could see was the image that they put on the screen at the other end of the pitch, so maybe it is more than it, but it looked like, I mean, where's the tolerance? Brighton must be wondering, if Florian Wirtz's goal is allowed at that end, Danny Welbeck's looked a lot more onside than that one.
I really enjoyed. It was Joachim Andersen who sort of led it. After the goal goes in, he's fuming, he's shouting at players who weren't doing their job. Included in there, he wasn't doing his job. A load of people to blame. And then he clearly hears something from the bench about it potentially being offside. And then he just goes, well, yeah, it was obviously offside. Throw me the ball. Come on, put the ball down. Let's play. It was you were just giving an absolute bollocking to your two fullbacks for letting Matoma and Welbeck squeeze through. And to conceded straight after. I thought the atmosphere was so flat today. The football was really flat. And then we got the equaliser and it was up. We were lifted. There was a half chance. It felt like we were onto something. And it was really well played from Brighton to manoeuvre that goal. And then, I think it's just luck. I genuinely think the only thing that goes against Danny Welbeck is the fact that inexplicably he was quicker than Ryan Sessegnon. And if Ryan Sessegnon was able to keep up, he'd have played him onside and he still would have scored. So I don't think there's any good defending in there. It is just luck.
Yeah. It's been luck all day. I mean, as you say, I fully agree with you. I said to George Cooper, who I was sat next to, I said 20 minutes in, I was like, we're playing well. I was like, everyone's really clicking. We look like the team that were dominating, creating chances. Ayari's goal comes kind of out of nowhere. Brighton did have a little bit of pressure. I'm really struggling to work out if there is any fault for this goal. It's obviously well shot. He kind of catches it early and catches Bert Leno unawares. I don't want to fall into the trap of always criticising the goalkeeper when they're beaten at the near post, because you know, I've seen plenty of goalkeepers say it's not as easy as it's not just automatically if a goal goes in at the near post, it's always the goalkeeper's fault. But at the same time,
save it. I think he should save it. I don't know. It's just where it goes in and the way he tries to save it. He's taken unawares by it. He's not expecting it, and then it just seems like he's slow to react. He'll be really disappointed. I also don't think it's exclusively his fault. I think Ayari's got the ball out on their left flank. We had 4 men in and around that area. No one pressed him. Yeah. We sort of created a tunnel for him to just sort of like, we're like, just like run that way. And then we had 2 players on one side of him, 2 players on the other, and sort of just guided him towards the edge of the box. We were just asking for it. And I think from that point, Brighton worked out that they could have a lot of joy down their left with Mitoma, again, like down our right-hand defensive side. And we never settled from that point onwards in that half. Like, we would just say, every time Brighton got the ball, they were like, right, can we just ping a ball diagonally over the top of Castagna and see what Mitoma can do? And it just kept on working.
Yeah. And I also thought that, you know, in this period of the match, as you say, for the large majority of the match, Brighton were the better team. I thought Carlos Baliba was out.
It was unreal. Oh, just an absolute schooling in the middle of the park. Of you know, you're looking at Sander Berger being like, can you do that? Like, please. I'm one of the people who like Sander Berger more than most people in our squad, but like, you should, like, that was like what you want from a bloke who's like 6'4" and built. Just run the midfield, just snap into challenges, intercept balls, spray it about. He was by far the best player on the pitch.
Yeah, I was just in awe of him. Yeah. And the fact that Brighton brought him off when they did, like,
James Milner, what are you doing? Like, I couldn't believe it. I turned to Pritesh next to me. I was like, what was going on? Why have you done that? Like, they were on to win that game. I think, you know, they were still would have been looking at, like, we can come out of this with a 2-1. I just don't see the point in bringing him off with 10 to go. You're hardly saving his legs. He's just dominated us from minute 1. Yeah. Just keep playing him.
Yeah, I was staggered, and at that point, got a bit of confidence. I think, like, if you're going to make all these Brighton were making substitutions like there was 3-0 up in this game. Like, to make 3 when they did as well. I was thinking, like, are you trying to win the game, lose the game? Like, you're acting as if this is a walkover and you want to give some players some minutes. Like, why are you taking off your best midfielder? Look, why are we complaining? Second half, you know, it was much of the same at the start of the second half. Kevin got hauled off after a honking pass. Marco, I saw Kevin do this misplaced pass, which won't make the highlights or anything like that, but it was one of those where Fulham could have been through. Marco went apoplectic on the sidelines, and instantly Chukwueze is warming up down by the Hammersmith end, and he literally just pointed at him and just pulled him back. And Chukwueze couldn't have run faster at that moment. I mean, it's not a good day for Kevin.
No, I saw exactly the same thing. It was like Josh King as well, sort of like, gave a little wave to Kevin. He was like, to Chukwueze, he was like, you're on. He was like, oh, sweet. I remember it's been mentioned before that, like, one thing that's not a problem with Kevin is his confidence. He's clearly got a lot of flair, and I think he's got a massive confidence issue. Nothing seems to come off at the moment for him. And you can see it really then makes him doubt whether he should do what he thinks is the right decision. And also, I think he gets guilty of ball watching quite a lot. I think quite often there are moments where we have the ball and it's there for him to make a run in behind. And you just sort of see him, he's actually just trying to sort of observe what's going on. And I think that's a youthful thing. Like, he doesn't have that instinct yet. Whereas Brighton on the other side, I thought Diego Gomez and Karen Mitoma both did this, where as soon as the ball broke into a part of midfield where they thought they'd have a chance, they got on their bike and got round and in behind us. And Kevin could have done the same, but it just wasn't there. It's nice having Chukwueze back, though.
Yeah.
次は解説です。今回は少し珍しく感じるかもしれないボキャブラリーや表現もありましたが、フットボールの文脈ではよく使われるものも多いと思いますので、本日の解説をチェックしてみましょう。
Just what a ridiculous voodoo we have over that club.
ブードゥーは本来宗教や呪術を指す言葉です。しかし日常英語やサッカーの文脈では別の意味で使われます。理屈では説明できない出来事や不思議な相性と表す比喩表現です。特定の相手にだけなぜか勝ち続けるときによく使われます。戦術や実力では説明できない結果を示す言い方です。 サポーターや解説者が感情を込めて使うことが多い表現です。スポーツ英語では、ジンクスに近いニュアンスになります。
Just what a ridiculous voodoo we have over that club. Just what a ridiculous voodoo we have over that club. And it was really well played from Brighton to manoeuvre that goal.
マヌーブは、うまく動かして目的の形に持っていくという動詞です。スポーツでは、相手を動かしてスペースを作り、チャンスにつなげるときに使われます。ただ早く動くというより、賢く位置を変えて状況を有利にします。サッカーなら、パス回しで相手をずらして崩すイメージです。ゴールをマヌーブしたといえば、ゴールまでの形作りがうまかったということです。試合の分析や解説でよく出る便利な表現です。
And it was really well played from Brighton to manoeuvre that goal. And it was really well played from Brighton to manoeuvre that goal. Is the fact that inexplicably he was quicker than Ryan Sessegnon.
inexplicably は、なぜそうなったのかわからないという驚きや疑問を表す副詞です。話し手が理屈では説明できないと感じているときに使われます。スポーツでは予想外のプレーや結果によく使われます。調子が悪いはずなのになぜか早かったなどの場面です。批判や皮肉のニュアンスを含むこともあります。文の最初に置かれることが多いのも特徴です。分析よりも感情を表す表現として使われることが多い言葉です。
Is the fact that inexplicably he was quicker than Ryan Sessegnon. Is the fact that inexplicably he was quicker than Ryan Sessegnon.
You're acting as if this is a walkover.
ウォークオーバーはスポーツで楽勝を表す言葉です。相手が弱く、ほとんど苦労せずに勝てる試合を指します。歩いているだけで勝てるという比喩が元になっています。試合前の油断を表すときにも使われます。相手を舐めているという批判的なニュアンスになることもあります。サッカーの解説やファンの会話でよく登場します。日常会話ではあまり使われないスポーツ寄りの表現です。
You're acting as if this is a walkover. You're acting as if this is a walkover. I mean, Kevin got hauled off after a honking pass.
ホールオフは選手をピッチから強めに下げるときに使われる口語表現です。単に交代させるというより、さっさと引っ込めた感じが出ます。監督が怒っている、または出来が悪いという空気も含まれやすいです。サッカーでは、早めの交代や、懲罰交代の場面でよく出ます。テイクオフよりも感情が乗った表現だと覚え得ると便利です。ニュース記事より、ポッドキャストやファンの会話で多いです。試合の流れを強く変える交代の時に使われやすい言い方です。ホンキングは、イギリス英語のかなり口語的な表現です。サッカーでは、ひどいミスや最悪なプレーを表す時に使われます。ただ悪いというより、見ていられないレベルを指します。日常会話では、臭いという意味でもよく使われます。ホンキンソックスは、かなり臭い靴下という意味です。また大きさを強調するいい方としても使われます。フォーマルな英語ではあまり使われません。実況やファン同士の会話でよく耳にする表現です。
I mean, Kevin got hauled off after a honking pass. I mean, Kevin got hauled off after a honking pass. I mean, Kevin got hauled off after a honking pass. Marco went apoplectic on the sidelines and instantly...
アポプレクティは、激怒しているを強く表す形容詞です。普通のアングイよりも怒りが爆発しているイメージがあります。スポーツでは、監督やファンが判定に怒る場面でよく使われます。タッチラインで怒鳴る、腕を振り回すような状態を想像すると分かりやすいです。もともとは医学的な言葉で、怒りで倒れそうな比喩に広がりました。ニュース記事や評論で使われることもあります。日常会話ではやや硬めで、インパクトのある項です。
Marco went apoplectic on the sidelines and instantly... Marco went apoplectic on the sidelines and instantly...
いかがでしたか？三笘薫がすでに2試合連続でフル出場していることが嬉しいというよりもそれ以上に心配になってしまいますが、前の試合と比べてのフラム戦では調子が良さそうにも見え、ドリブルで仕掛けることもロングパスで背後に抜け出しクロスを上げることも惜しすぎる最高の枠内シュートを放つことも連携プレーで中央を突破し絶好のスルーパスを出すこともあらゆるパターンで脅威を与え続けていました。個人的にはウェルベックがオフサイドになってしまった場面の三笘の絶妙すぎるスルーパスが最高に興奮しましたが、あのゴールが取り消されたのが一番のショックでした。さらに、個人的には、三笘にはベストなプレーを選択してほしいというよりも、 ドリブルでもスルーパスに抜け出す形でも、バイラインの深い位置まで入り込んでカットバックやクロスを入れる形や、ボックスの端から何度もクロスを上げ続けたり、ロングボールやスルーパスを受けるために裏抜けを狙うことを何度も続けることが一番の脅威になると感じていましたが、この試合の三笘はまさにそういうプレーを何度もやり続け、個人的には最高の試合だったと感じました。この試合の前には UNEXT でのインタビューで年間15ゴールを挙げたいと言っていたのをまさに体現させようとするかのごとく、ストライカー並みの惜しすぎるシュートもありましたが、あれも何度もやり続けることで15点も取れそうな期待感を感じずにはいられませんでした。少し興奮している私ですが、あまり私のコメントは興味ないと思いますので、少し長くなってしまいましたが、本日はここまでとさせていただきます。本日もご視聴いただきありがとうございました。またすぐにお会いしましょう。